It feel good to be back, boy. Man, it feel good. Something sick. Let me see if I can still do this thing. Welcome to Kush Equilibrium. I am your always smoking host. Diddy. Oops, great. Like I said, it feels good to be back. I missed y'all. Even though I ain't never seen not near one of y'all. But missed y'all, man. I missed this, you know. I didn't think it was going to affect me the way it did. There's been so much going on. There's been so much going on. We couldn't talk about it. I couldn't chime in on nothing. I didn't want to halfway do nothing. Like, it's either do the show standard the way I normally do it or not at all. Like, I probably could have snuck one in and tried to do one maybe a couple days ago. It wouldn't have been right. For one, I still wasn't able to smoke at that time. And, you know, we smoked, we drank, you know what I'm saying? We talk our talk, you know. That's part of the show. This is what we do. We look at everything. Well, we look at, you know what I'm saying, what I think is, you know what I'm saying, that catches my attention for the day. You know what I'm saying? Sit back and talk about it, you know? And people seem to typically, I know I do, but a lot of people, whether they realize or not, the best time to think on something is when you smoking. That's the real reason why I be smoking. But I know I missed a lot of stuff. I've seen so much happen. I've seen the raid and Rico and leaked reference tracks and what else? There was some more stuff. Potentially K-Dot doing the Olympics. I know I missed a lot, and I had to figure out what was the first thing I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna go a different direction, all of that, because so much time has went past. It's not fresh enough to really chime in on it. Plus, I think there's going to be some new layers to all of those stories, and then we'll catch up. We'll catch up once the new layers come out. We'll do like a revisit of what happened before, and then drop on top of that the new layer, and then we're gonna expound about it from that. That's how we're gonna handle all of that. Today's standard is the double standard. Today's topic is the double standard. I don't know what's going on with me. Today's topic is the double standard. Especially more or less within the black community. So the video I got today, where did I get this video from? The No Ceiling podcast. Glasses Malone. Somebody, for whatever reason, I didn't know how to gauge him. I didn't know what his role was in hip hop culture, and I didn't know where to place him. It wasn't like I didn't think he was an important person or a big deal. I didn't know where to place him. So I just never said much of nothing for the most part. But while I was on hiatus, I got to sit and watch him and listen to him talk. And then he just recently had a podcast. It might have been one of the best podcasts I've watched in a very long time. In fact, it was so good that normally anything over an hour and a half podcast wise, I typically not about to watch the whole thing. If you good, like I'll watch 20-30 minutes, come back, watch the other little 20 minutes, finish it off later or whatever. Something like that, they get chopped up. I watched this all the way through. It was good, y'all. It was good. Like he hit some topics that I'll be wanting to broach here, but I hadn't had up until this point the right video. I usually try to use like a video segment to launch off the topic, and then I expound on it, and y'all drop y'all comments if y'all decide to drop y'all comments, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna check this video out. And I'm gonna pull out the ears. Y'all know I got the same ears. Ain't nothing changed. I was these same ears. Throw my ears on. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about it. But before I switch it over, please like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate it. It helps the channel out a whole bunch. I will say I definitely owe y'all thank you, because I thought my numbers, today is the first day my YouTube numbers look terrible. But when you ain't made a video in like almost a week, I held it down. No fresh material, no nothing for most of the, so I made a video. My last video was Tuesday or Wednesday. So, and today is Tuesday. So it's been about a week. It's been about a week since I last did a video. So out of them days, I had good numbers except for today, and then yesterday was the big dip, and then today it's like ooh. So y'all did y'all thing, especially with no new material, nothing. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I said, it definitely helps the channel. We're gonna get into this video. If you got it to smoke, light that thing up. If you drinking, pour it up. You know what I'm saying? We grown. Let's get into this thing, man. Oops, share your screen. Oops, share your screen. Oops, share your screen. This is the No Ceilings Podcast. I do not know everybody. I'm not gonna pretend to know everybody. We'll figure them out as we go along. But this gentleman is Glasses Malone. Like I said again, this is the No Ceilings Podcast, and let's dive into what they're talking about.
I've been having this conversation now for the last 6 years. When they first got R. Kelly, I was like, damn, they caught him, whatever. What you got? When I realized his charges was RICO, the Mann Act, and trafficking. Okay, the child pornography, if you have sex with somebody under 16 on tape, it's child pornography, 7 years.
Oh yeah, look. Forgive me if I look a little delayed. I ain't smoked since our last encounter. That's a long time for me, considering I smoke usually all day, every day. I've been walking around with an attitude. Me and my woman been into it, because I couldn't smoke. If you know, you know. If anybody out there, your mood changed when you go a little extended bit of time without smoking, let me know. I just want to make sure I know it ain't just me, but I just want to see how many motherfuckers really go through that. Like, damn, I ain't smoked for whatever reason. Sick, you got an interview, you got a drug test coming, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? You go a little minute without a little smoky smoke. Let me know if it changed your mood, your vibe. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it.
Give that man his time. That's how that go. Why is this man getting charged like John Gotti? My black antennas go up. Look, I get it. We have a society, coach. That's fair. People got to go to jail when they commit a crime. Come on, bro.
Why you keep trying to debate me right now? We already had this conversation.
I'm not baiting you.
I
get it. Because black people have got to the space where like, well, he did anything wrong, but I'm not baiting you. And let me go to the next with Diddy. Okay, he fought his old lady on the tape. I'm sure they got some kind of federal assault. Charging. That's fair. That's how the law go. I ain't in it. Charging. Why this nigga got a RICO charge?
Yep.
R. Kelly, Diddy is John Gotti? Really?
You get a RICO. These are not popular opinions, but I support everything this man's saying. Why is it that we seem to want to smack our own with a heavier hammer than others get hit with? Are we really this upset about two motherfuckers that were just freaks? It was just nasty. It was some pervs. It was some pervs. Well, Diddy did the Cassie. Hey, I don't condone that, bro. Whatever time come with that, give him that. But he had baby oil and all that. Man, I don't care about none of that. Tell me the crime. What's the crime? R. Kelly, yo, he's the best with good girls. That ain't cool. And if he get what he get. But don't trump him up either. Don't trump him up. And that's what happened. Like, again, these are unsettled. These opinions will have people a little unsettled. And that's cool. But I have always felt that we be so quick to throw our own in the jail. We don't want to hear nothing. Just throw them away. Why we throw our own away so fast? All kind of killers, mass murders, drug dealers. But we got time to prosecute and incarcerate two dudes for being freaks. Like, that ain't never made sense to me. I was always baffled by that. It never felt like enough for the type of time that for sure R. Kelly working with right now. And what it looked like they trying to do to Diddy, they trying to stroke him. I don't understand the why. So once I can't understand the why, and nobody seems to have the why, I got to where Glasses Malone got this. Your black antennas go up. Like, what's really going on here? What's is Diddy is he locked up for being a freak, or is it because he got mouthy with the liquor people? He got mouthy with the liquor people, and all of a sudden he got problems out the yin yang. And I part of me with the R. Kelly thing, I know a lot of the world is full of haters. And quiet as kept, it's a lot of you men out there, fellas. Be honest. It's a lot of you men out there that kind of hated on R. Kelly because most niggas hate niggas that consistently get bitches. That he consistently get bitches. Maybe he needed to, make sure they were of a certain age. But outside of that, and again, if that's the case, do the time that you're supposed to do for it. But I'm so glad that he did this show. We go, yeah.
You get a Rico. Really? And nobody black antennas is going up? Ricos for every black person that got some money? Why can't they just get charged for their crimes?
Conspiracy,
no, everybody
bro.
Black antenna. Listen.
You can't keep taking down black people with Ricos. That's what's happening. And it seems like so many of our own is okay with it. Like maybe we too busy with our own life to care. Like, oh, that's them, not me. But what if it's not them? It is you. Everything's a test run. Let me see if I can run this play. See how it play out. Oh, they ain't paying attention and looking. Let me run this play on this person. Oh, I did it again. We did it again. We can run this on anybody. Don't nobody care. Slippery slope.
You know what John Gotti had? Bodies. He didn't have body oil.
Yeah, body.
You don't think Puffy got some bodies?
No.
No.
And no, I'm not finna let anybody rewrite this narrative that Puff is some nigga that people were scared of.
Hell no. You can't be scared of a nigga that dance all the time and say, take that, take that. I'm sorry. Puffy is not that big. Puffy ain't that, he can't be that. You know what, while we sitting here, how big is Puff? This is Sean Combs. He's 55. What is his height? They don't say his height. Normally they show you like motherfucker height and shit. But he can't be that tall, right? Oh, he's 5'10". He's not 6 feet. Yes, I'm biased. Let's not start that. I don't care. He's not 6 feet. He's 5'10". There's nothing to fear here. I don't understand how he got away with half stuff he got away with. The way he was talking to people and stuff. Man, I always wonder, like, how you let Diddy talk to you like that when he got all this shit on his lips? You know, he do the little, take that dance, and look, if there's ever anything that should have told you, you know what? Diddy ain't nothing to fear. He made Ciroc. And that's a drink for bitches. He made Ciroc. That's not dark liquor. Although he did try that Ciroc VS. I tried it for a minute. I gave it a little spin. It wasn't like my Henny. I had to get up off that jack. I gave it a little spin, and that was it.
I think
I only became afraid of him recently.
I think he was roughing some people up though. I mean, he wasn't doing it, but he had
If
his
Puff
people
rough
do it.
anybody up, use a bitch, and you deserve to
He
be
had
roughed.
his people do it.
Man,
With that much oil around, it could be happening.
Whooping ass by itself.
Yeah, I don't think he was an ass by himself.
What,
He
Pete?
probably roughing somebody up. You know what I'm saying? There was a couple of shirts and shit like that. You smacked Drake? Think Drake the only one he smacked?
I'm for sure Puff roughed some people up. Puff fucked somebody up. I'm not saying you, but I said Puff fucked you up. Like Puff fucked some people up, I'm sure.
The only person
No.
Puff roughed up was Cassie and Drake.
Cassie and Drake. Cassie
Who
and
the
Drake.
fuck is Puff? I'm not saying Puff a punk. I'm just saying Puff ain't the person that's running around here roughing nobody. Who the fuck did Puff rough up?
He's a
Puff
very
did not have a
thoughtful and
reputation to
considerate
hand.
guy. I mean, look at how much lube he kept around for all that.
Slippery dude.
He making
Slippery
lube
guy.
jokes.
A mean ruffian wouldn't have given him so much lube.
And people, they killing me, bro. My black antennas is not the fact that brothers are going to jail for crimes. The fucking crime, the charges. Like, what the fuck? R. Kelly is not John Gotti. What he the John Gotti of having bitches?
John Gotti a P.
Yep. Young bitches though, man. Like
It's not young bitches. Even the TV show,
they were
old
young.
bitches. He had all the bitches.
I think it's just too much focus on people's sexuality that people are turning into crimes. Because I feel like with R. Kelly, it was like mostly about what he was doing sexually. I feel like with Diddy was more focused on him being gay or not, or what he was doing sexually. People cannot be guilty of just being a cold freak. Like I'm
Overall, she is right. Because if you take her argument, you take her viewpoint, you can apply that to so many different situations. The LGBTQ. Again, I have no issue with them folks at all whatsoever. Ain't my business. And that's exactly my argument. It's not my business. I don't be wanting to know what you got going on. I'd rather you keep that over there. It ain't my business. Just like it's not your business what I'm about to be doing. You don't need to know. I'm not about to go out here. I'm never really going out in the world and telling nobody about what I'm doing behind closed doors. Except for like you having that little talk with the homie or something like that. That's it. Ain't nobody out here just know what kind of cooler box I was with. That's not to do like for what, bro? I don't care what nobody else is doing. If everybody took that approach, if that was a societal approach when it comes to sexual preference, whether that whole I identify, whatever, all of that sexual whatever. If everybody kept they shit to they self, like we used to, before everybody got nosy about what the next person was doing, we would have half the issues we got going on right now. We wouldn't be arguing about half the stuff we arguing about. But because everybody want to put everything on Front Street, you want everybody business out in the open. It's like the private life became public, and what's public typically, it's like everything will revert. It's like a switch up. Make it make sense. What's the point of telling everybody everything? It makes it hard to trust motherfuckers if everything got to be outside and told and, you know?
I'm not saying it like that, but some of the things that people were focusing on didn't seem like just crime. It was more about what they were doing sexually and who they were doing it with. That's people's private business.
But again, that's my issue. Okay, that's not. So here's my issue with that.
I feel safe.
I get why societally,
for my taste, but hey.
I get why societally that's frowned upon. And don't get me wrong, white folks know how to focus on white folks. They know how to appeal to white folks. I watched them turn R. Kelly when all of these niggas were still buying his album, even though he was married to Aaliyah, rest her soul, right? They were still buying albums after, even though they knew it, because they remember back then that was their grandmother and all that. It was just, people back in the days was just different. They was just trying to have these big families, and it was just weird. I mean, they just had a different moral compass.
You remind me of my Jeep was a plastic, so people ain't tripping.
Yeah, so, but I'm out of that. I get it. But then y'all buying his album, but then they let media turn him into John Gotti. Not a sexual deviant that had a problem that should be in prison and therapy to deal with it. They turned him into John Gotti of having bitches.
It's the power of the microphone.
Right? That's entertainment. 2, I watched them take entertainment and turn Diddy into the John Gotti of buying pussy.
It's a lot of pussy.
The interviews hold a lot of power.
The problem is he used all those corporate accounts. This is really an enterprising case.
That's how they said the RICO got into it, though.
No,
That's
I agree.
what it was.
I agree.
The media is the jury now. We don't get judged by the jury in the courtroom now. If the internet was out there and you're guilty amongst the internet, that's damn near the driving force.
I watch guys right now just get Big U locked up, going on entertainment platforms saying this shit.
You think this all comes down to a giant tax scandal because he was trying to write it all off?
No, they said that's what it was. That's how it gets involved into the
right? Like, it's like
this is all the results of a bad audit.
It's like that, right? But then I watched them use that same media, and two white boys that blew their fucking parents' head off in cold blood are about to get out of prison.
Sure are. The Menendez boy.
21, 19 years old, blew their fucking parents' head off in cold blood, went and bought gauges from the store with fake IDs, came back to the house, blew their father head off, shot their mama up, she didn't die, go outside, load the fucking thing, come back in the house and blow her fucking head off.
That was great.
You get the point of why I said we talking about the double standard today? Am I correct? Is there a double standard today? I'm just asking, you know? I have this smile on my face, for one, because I'm just happy to be doing a motherfucking show with y'all. But I also got a smile because this is a topic that needed to be discussed. And this is not no stupid Drake conversation. This is a real black culture topic. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me evidence and everything and convictions and the whole nine of these kids, these little young bastards killing their parents, and they're gonna see freedom before R. fucking Kelly? Nobody died with R. Kelly. Nobody died with R. Kelly. Not only were they killers, they were killers in brutal fashion. Brutal fashion. These weren't just killings, these were executions. They took joy in that. You know what I'm saying? So you already know what kind of mindset you gotta be in to do that. Like, you gotta be dark. The word everybody throw around so much. Crash out. That you can use it for that. You can use that for that. That's a certified crash out. Cause you can't do stuff like that. Think you coming back from that. Guess what though? They got to do a real crash out and come back. They about to come back. They're gonna be walking on the streets. It was a beautiful sunny day type shit. Crazy work. That's crazy work. How does that make y'all feel? Knowing this now, in all honesty, if you feel like you could be honest, how does that make you feel? Why is the standard of justice for one not the same for another? And I'm saying the same thing he's saying. I'm not saying, oh, he should have got off or it wasn't a big deal. Yes, it was a big deal. Yes, he should have got locked up. Man, wherever the max sentence is within the letter of the law, he was supposed to get for that, man. From what I believe in the clip, he says like 10 years. Then give the man 10 years. Give him 10 years. Hell, if you want to make sure he served every last 10 years, shit, give him that. Make sure he served every last, not so much as an hour earlier than exactly 10 years. And then let him go on about his business. That's how the justice system's supposed to work. do your time. You get assigned your time. You do your time. We eject you out. But yeah, put in the comments, knowing what you know now, how does that make you feel when it comes to R. Kelly? Or Diddy? I don't know what everybody's stance is on Diddy, considering the fact that it's a RICO case and he the only person in it. That's not how that works. I wasn't sure if it was or wasn't until I watched this. That's why, again, this was a dope episode. We're going to probably chop in about 5 more minutes and I'm going to wrap this up. But this is a dope ass episode. You should check it out. I'm going to put the link in the description. It's the No Ceilings Podcast. This is what you could replace that whack ass No Jumper podcast with.
But the power of them using media is going to make it to where these two white boys walked. And they end up doing less time than fucking R. Kelly.
That's crazy fucking word.
How much time have they done? They've done like 30, right?
There's information.
They're doing R. Kelly got sentenced to 35 years.
They got to be about at that. I mean, I was a child when that
They
happened.
blew their fucking parents' head off.
I just don't know how long time they've served. I saw
30 years. 30 years. They blew their fucking parents. But I watched them use media.
Well, there's rumors saying that R. Kelly was molested as a child. He needs to go and advocate based off the fact that he's rehabilitating himself from traumas of past molestations, and they'll let him out tomorrow.
They even brought that up. They was like,
Well,
nah,
he didn't do it
nigga.
well enough.
Nah, nigga.
Hey, you would have thought that mental instability or childhood trauma would have worked, right? Because you see so many high-profile cases where they use that, they use these little loopholes. You know what I'm saying? You know, the little celebrity loopholes, like, oh, they went through such and such as a child. And you're gonna put them on some counseling, and you're gonna do this amount of time, and as long as the counseling done by such and such, you get out at this time, and all that shit. Like, I never would have thought it. I never sized the two things up together. If I'm being completely and totally honest, I never thought about them goofies. Menendez boys. They're not of our tribe, so I don't care. I'm not gonna lie. I don't focus anything from a legal standpoint. If it's not black plight, I don't think about it because it don't affect me. I've already learned to accept that the gavel swings differently for white people than it does me. I'm a 6'5", 350-ish pound black man. I look guilty. So I never really took the time to look at the two, like, comparatively. And now that I have, the time that R. Kelly get right now is gross. That's gross. That's gross. It can't be worth that. It can't be worth that. We'll let this video go for about another minute. Yeah, I think it should be coming up. I think it's like one more point.
No, it's not well enough. Niggas get his tan. It's that permanent tan. That permanent.
He shouldn't have called himself the Pied Piper of R&B. You can't have Piper in your name and a sex scandal. That's really challenging. It's bad branding. It's like see murder in a shooting
I
case.
100% agree with him. I 100% agree with Pete.
See murder in a shooting
Wild.
case, you're already stacking the deck against yourself.
That's a fact.
Hey,
Peter Piper.
Pete, man.
yeah, no, that's why I agree.
Fucking Pete. And here goes Sherry.
It's Friday, guys. It's
Here goes
Friday.
Sherry. She found a nigga to hate on. All these white people I told she ain't say nothing about the Menendez boy. Defending R. Pervert Kelly is crazy work.
Yeah, you're right. So,
Okay.
I was about to ask that.
This
Do
the
we down on R.
punishment.
Kelly hill though? Did we talk
The
about
fact
that?
that y'all think being black means you're dying on the hill when I'm just demanding fair treatment for black people is hella white.
We're just saying that
Boom.
the punishment
You get what
justify the crime.
Just slow
What
down.
do you mean?
Boom.
Say it again.
Hella white.
Say
It's
the
hella
first part
white
again.
to say because he's a pervert, right? He deserves the rest of his life in prison.
Is R. Kelly a pervert?
This is my favorite part of this. I promise you, right here, this part was my. I'm gonna try to put down the smoke real quick. This is my favorite fucking part of the show because he did something that, for whatever reason, we be too scared to do. Sometimes you need to question your own. When your own ain't thinking right, ain't seeing clearly, ain't paying attention to the goddamn details. Sometimes you gotta stop. Say, hey, nigga, wake up. Like you sleep at the wheel, my boy. I appreciate the fact he took the time to do that. Cause I'm sure that's his man's and everything. And so he ain't really trying to have that kind of like intense back and forth. But at the same time, when you know what you know, and you know what they don't know, it's not exactly the moment you shrink your voice. And I'm glad he decided to really push the topic. We don't do it enough. We don't do it enough. Because I've watched a lot of idiots be willing to push through being idiots and saying stuff that don't make no sense. When the person who's trying to tell them right they just had a stronger voice, maybe it would have got through. But because when you write, you ain't really trying to do all that yelling. You like, I know what I'm talking about. So you get drowned out. Think about it, loudmouths is usually the ones who think they know a whole bunch of shit. And we knowing a goddamn thing. And when you know what you know, you all right. But it's that all right that allows all those people who have a poor way of thinking or looking at things to be unfortunately to be the voice for us as a collective. And that's not what we want. If somebody gonna speak up for us as a collective, you'd rather it be somebody that's smart, bold, and willing to actually speak up. So often, a lot of people who take time to educate themselves and know how to properly talk and enunciate and all that, man, look, they ain't nobody trying to argue with nobody. Especially when you gotta feel like you can't just share your wealth of information with somebody else. It's almost like you gotta baby food Gerber, like feed it to them, or you gotta be extra with it and beat them over the head with it until they get it. It's never just, hey, let's have a conversation. We have our dialogue, and you gain the knowledge that I have that you didn't have. If it went that easy, a wealth of knowledge will be shared so much easier. So much easier. But at least in my own personal experience, when you try to share knowledge, it never goes the way sharing knowledge should go. Sharing knowledge is a blessing for everybody involved. How I don't know the next time around, man, you the one that's throwing me some knowledge that I didn't have. That's how knowledge works. When you try to share knowledge, sometimes people receive that in a poor way. They get combative about it. We all know at least one or two people in our own lives that's okay with being wrong. But you ain't gonna be right. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be right. They'll believe that sky is purple. But you're not about to ever try to teach them it's blue.
He's a sexual deviant for sure.
Okay, all right, I'm just trying to make sure.
But he don't deserve the rest of his life in prison. You know how many motherfuckers need to be locked up in prison for life?
Oh, I think
He's a cold freak.
I think it's a difference between a cold freak and a pervert. I think he's a pervert.
He's a pervert.
Like,
He's
he's a cold
still,
freak.
listen, even if he's a pervert, it don't carry life.
He a pervert. It should never carry life. It should never carry life. Wait, let me take that back. If he's sentenced properly once, and then he gets released, and he then still continues to be on that weird behavior, yeah. Do away with him then. I can't defend it after that. But that first go round, man. That first go round. That first go round ain't supposed to be the infinite. Like smack. Like he got Infinity Stone his first go. He got Infinity Stone. It did Robert R. Kelly wrong.
I think it should. I mean,
that's the problem.
Who would R. Kelly be in jail for life?
But that's
straight with it.
That's the
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
see, but that's
Straight
that,
good.
I'm with you, coach.
You dead to me.
and see that, and that's the he didn't touch any kid. That's
He
the
touched
problem.
The 16
He got away with it the first time.
Do you know how many people in America again?
Are you about to?
So then don't start talking.
Don't start that crazy shit.
Hold up. This is not crazy.
Yeah.
Look, get out your emotion, get your
we go.
fake ass morality sense out of here. Hold up, because it's important that we. No, I'm gonna tell you. No, because whenever for black people, whenever somebody's a black person, niggas get hella more.
Get me here before we go.
I am not trying to get you here.
60-year-olds in school that's
No, that's not. No. The United States of America that created your moral compass says it's okay in 30 plus states. So you need to go around in all these states.
So you could, if you cool with,
Don't say if I'm cool.
That's
It's
on you.
not if I'm
I
cool.
don't like it. I don't think it's wrong.
Hold up. I don't give a fuck what I think.
I live in
life.
Yes.
That's the point. And that's the final point. Yeah, we're gonna make that our final point. Let me get myself that last part. We're gonna ride out on that. Let me tell you why though. I'm glad that was at the end. Actually, it was a whole bunch more of that, but like I said, I'm gonna put it in the description. Definitely watch it. Here's my issue and why I wanted to make sure I get played. It seems that we be too willing to accept the goalpost being this for them, and y'all know who them is. And then it's like this for us. It's like we move that goalpost for our own. And It'd be to our own detriment. Like it'd be like almost a form of self-hate. Like, you know how we already got that misnomer in the black community. It's not. I'm not even gonna say misnomer, but it's a known thing. I don't know if it's not called a misnomer because it ain't fake. That we gotta work twice as hard for the same level of success. It's almost like we gotta work twice as hard for the same level of innocence. And to inflict that upon ourselves, that's the issue. That's the issue. That's the issue. We inflict that on ourselves. Why? Okay, we're gonna sit and ride on this for like 2-3 minutes and then we can call it a night. I want to smoke this. This is my first time smoking with y'all in a week. So I'm gonna smoke this whole daddy. I'm not playing with y'all. We smoking. Why? Why are we so willing to make we acknowledge the fact that we have to work so much harder to get the little that we do get in life? And we all are facing the same unfair system when it comes to this skin color thing. On this side of the fence, anyway. I can only speak for what I am. If it offends you, hey. Oops. I'm thinking. I don't want y'all to think I'm stuck. I'm just thinking, like, why is it that we are so willing to make our own jump through these extra like level of hoops or whatever to defend themselves? And again, R. Kelly was wrong and Diddy wrong, and they should get some form of punishment because that's what we have laws for. So wherever the law says you should get for the crime, give it to them. And then after you give them whatever punishment deemed just by the books that were written by the men that we put into place to write them, everybody needs to throw their fucking hands up, step the fuck back, and just say, I hope you do better. I think that might just be my final words for today. Yeah. I think I'm gonna ride out to that. When it comes to R. Kelly and Diddy, everybody let them man serve whatever time that they should have. Not these trumped up charges. Throw your hands up, walk away from them. Hope for the best. If they mess up again, guess what? Cool. You gave them they want. I treated you right the first time you was being a weirdo. Because I feel like a lot of this is just like, ew, you're a weirdo, and lock them away. All them Hollywood sexual deviants running around, and you mean to tell me, oh no, he's the only two? If that's the case, if we locking up sexual deviants, it's about It's about to not be no movies because you might as well lock up half of Hollywood. It's called Hollyweird for a reason. I enjoyed this though. I enjoyed this conversation. Conversation that needed to be had. Not a bad show. Oh shit. I ain't smoked it forever. That shit got me choking. Man, it feels good being back in the saddle, talking to the folks. You know, today I'm loading it up. Today This should be. Let's see what time is it? I got a couple hours, so this is definitely be probably a noontime episode, and y'all should get I'm aiming today to get a noon, a 5, and an 11. Noon, 5. I try to do, 3 in 3 different time slots, like that early afternoon. Get that early afternoon, that mid afternoon, and then that nighttime. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get to chopping on this and get this to y'all, man. This was Kush Equilibrium, and as you already know, I'm Oops Great. I appreciate y'all pulling up on me, not forgetting about me. I'm back to it. So I get at you.